as having a better career than Dante Exum up until this point. I mean, neither one of them, have had all-star appearances or, anything special like that. But I don't know, dude. I just view Jordan Clarkson as a better player. And we're going to... Oh, shoot. I got to hurry up and get out of there. I don't know what I was doing right there, but yeah, I just think that the Jazz, they won that trade, you know what I'm saying, because they got Jordan Clarkson. Dante Exum, he's a super duper long point guard. Going in, throw the lob to LeBron there. But yeah, I mean, Dante Exum, he had the tools, you know what I'm saying, and he still does. But I don't know, man. I just view, Jordan Clarkson as the better player. A lot of people actually like Exum. And I used to like him, when he was on the Jazz. But other than that, I mean, it's kind of fell off for me. All right, and then we're gonna move on to the next trade, which happened January 16th. Jeff Teague returns to the Hawks. So the Hawks receive Jeff Teague and Travion Graham for the Timberwolves, who got Allen Crabbe. So I personally think that the Hawks won this trade. I mean, really, I haven't been paying too much attention to the rosters this year just because of all the shakeup behind or throughout the league or whatever. As we get the steal right there. Do a flashy dunk for us, Mike Lowry. I gotta change my dunk package, dude. But regardless of that, dude, I just think Jeff Teague is a better player than Allen Crabbe, and the Hawks, they have Trae Young, they got John Collins, and it's good to have a backup guard, to pair with Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? Just in case Trae Young, gets hurt or whatever. Jeff Teague is still a really good point guard. He's still young, and he's a pretty good point guard. So, but yeah, I think like I said, dude, I think the Hawks won that trade and won. Let's go. Off to an 8-0 start. Then we're gonna move on to January the 21st. Where Ariza got dealt to the Trailblazers. Oh, wow, and we're greening up. I should have threw AD to lob since he was running the floor. I got you next time, big man. I got you. But yeah, so the Kings received Kent Bazemore, Anthony Tolliver. They got a 2024 second-round pick and a 2025 second-round pick. And then the Trailblazers got Trevor Ariza, Winyan Gabriel, and then Caleb Swanigan. Personally, dude, I don't know, man. I don't even know who really won this trade. I mean, Trevor Ariza, he's really good in terms of defense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's creeping on up there in age, and, he did win, a championship with the Lakers in 2010, I think it was. But I mean, yeah, he has that championship experience, but his age, you know what I'm saying, has caught up to him. So, in terms of youth, you know what I'm saying, Kent Bazemore, he's a really solid player. 15, 16 point per game scorer. So, I don't know, dude. I think, personally, I think the Kings won this trade. I think the Kings... I told you, I got you, AD. You want to run the break, fam? I got you. Off to a 12-0 start. Let's go. I'm not even trying to play the game. I'm just talking here. But yeah, I think the Kings just won the trade. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Trevor Ariza is not the same Trevor Ariza as of, as of the past. But, he's still a really good defender. Speaking of defense there, and we just do the same dunks every single time. I'm disappointed. But yeah, he's not the same Trevor Ariza back, in the start of the decade, back in 2010, 2009-2010 season. But I mean, he's still a really good defender at his age. But personally, I mean, Kent Bazemore, you know what I'm saying? He's younger. He's going to have some time to blossom into the player that I know he can be. And, yeah, I just think, I just think that the Kings won this trade. Got my boy LeBron running the break. I see you, LeBron. Finish that. Or just don't. It's okay. Stuff happens. All right, so we're going to move on to the next trade. January 24th, the Thunder make a deal. All right, so the Mavericks received Justin Patton, and they got some cash from that. And then the Thunder received Isaiah Robbie, which I don't know either one of these players. Oh, my God, and I just almost obliterated the rim there. But yeah, I don't know either one of these players. So I don't know what impact they serve on the court. Just, oh my God. But yeah, I don't know either one of these players. I've heard a little bit about Justin Patton, but not enough to fully gather, give you guys, an opinion based on it. So I don't really know. I guess the Mavericks won the trade because they got some cash from it. I don't know. Anytime you get money, I mean, that's really nice, right? Gonna go ahead and dish it off to Kuz. I wish Anthony Davis would have passed the ball back. I would have cashed that three, bro. But yeah, we're going to move on to the next trade. So this is the January 25th trade that sent Willie Cauley-Stein to the Mavericks. The Mavericks received Willie Cauley-Stein, and the Warriors received a second-round pick in the 2020 draft via the Jazz. Throughout, me talking about these trades or whatever, there will be a lot of draft picks that, the Warriors have obtained, and I think it's just a move to sort of, cater to, Curry and, Clay getting older, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Curry is 30. I think he's 30 right now, or he's 31 or something like that. So he's creeping on up there in age. I mean, yeah, he's still in his prime or whatever else, but, obviously, I'm not really worried about Curry's game slowing down any because he doesn't rely on freak athleticism to, get, a lot of his shot opportunities. He relies on being crafty. He's a three-point marksman, the best three-point shooter in NBA history. And I was about to chase down block that. But, oh my God. Get him off the floor. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Jamal Murray, you got saved. All right, Kuz, run the floor, Kuz. There you go. I could have scored that, but regardless, whatever. But yeah, so Willie Cauley-Stein got sent to the Mavericks in exchange for a second-round pick via the 2020 draft from the Jazz. I mean, Willie Cauley-Stein is one of the best rim-running big men in the league. He's got a lot of length. He can bang down low in the post. He can catch lobs. But, I mean, he's not really, known for his jump shooting. He can hit the occasional post fade or whatever. But as far as his jump shooting ability, I'm not gonna, put him up there with, the likes of Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, or any of the premier big men in the league, just because he's not at that level yet. He is not at that level yet. Maybe if he develops like a 15 to 18 foot jump shot, oh my God, got him leaning again. Then yeah, he may be, a really good big man. I'm out here, AD. Or just, you know, just finish. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But, you know, like I said, man, I don't know, dude. Maybe if he develops a jump shot, maybe the Mavericks win this trade. You know what I'm saying? They do have, you know, Luka Doncic. They do have Porzingis, you know, to lead them into the future. And we're just getting them with snatchbacks, bro. We are just getting them with snatchbacks, dude. Listen, you don't need to be skilled to dribble in this game to break ankles. Skirt. I was about to say, and one Caldwell Pope. But yeah, but to me, I think the Mavericks won this trade. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Warriors are gonna get any better with a second round pick. Now, bear in mind, the Warriors do know how to draft talent. They do. Obviously, you know, Draymond Green being that, you know, success story. I think he was drafted in the second round. So, you know, and we've seen how that turned out. He's a three-time champ, multiple-time All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year, winner in 2017. So they know how to draft their talent. That's all I got to say about that. So, I mean, will they select a banger? Who knows? Who knows? There might be just that random gem. That random gem in the second round of the draft. And we got Boogie Cousin. Ah, shoot. Dang it, Boogie. Supposed to make that, man. Oh, give me that. Huh? Cause I'm a crazy boy. If you don't know what movie's that, from, you sleeping. In the Army Now with Pauly Shore. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta check it out. One of the more funnier Army movies. Pretty good. But regardless of that, though, yeah, man, I mean, you know, get that out of here, coach! Oh, my God. See there? That's why y'all need chase down artists and a 6'5" point guard. Those two combined, I mean, listen, you cannot go wrong with them. I mean, just look at the height. Look at this, bro. Oh, my God. Almost jumped over this man. Woo! And, I mean, he even had me. Look at the distance. I know he's at least 5 or 6 feet in front of me. Get that out of there. Come on, what y'all thought this was? But regardless of that, it just depends on how the Warriors, you know, draft within the second round of next year's draft. But we'll just have to wait and see till the 2020 draft comes along. And we'll have to see if they can select good talent. But, you know, like I said, the Warriors have been known to select really good in the draft, so I don't have too much doubt in them selecting some really good talent in that second round, all right? So that brings us to our next trade. Dang, bro, that February, I left them open. That was my fault. So this trade right here just happened literally 4 days ago. The Rockets landed Covington in a 4-team mega deal. All right, so basically, the Rockets received Robert Covington, Jordan Bell, and a 2024 second-round pick via the Warriors. Now, here's where here's how I'm gonna break down this trade. So I'm gonna break down each team's trade. Or what they received or whatever, and then we'll talk about it, all right? So then the Hawks received Clint Capella and Nene, and then the Timberwolves got Malik Beasley, Juancho Hernan-Gomez, they got Evan Turner, Jared Vanderbilt, and a 2020 first-round pick via the Nets. Then the Nuggets received Gerald Green, Noah Vonleh, Shabazz Napier, Keita Bates-Diop, and then a first-round pick in the 2020 draft via the Rockets. So let's go ahead and talk about each of these teams' assets, and we'll determine who won the trade. So let's start out with the most obvious team here, being the Rockets. All right, the Rockets. Oh, what are you doing, Plumlee? I love dunking on Duke products. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I love Duke. I love dunking on Duke products. It's the most fun thing in the world. But regardless of that, so they got Robert Covington, Jordan Bell, and a 2024 second round pick via the Warriors. So in terms of, you know, defense, now this goes, you know, two ways, right? This goes perimeter defense and then interior defense, right? So yeah, you give up a really good interior defender in, you know, Clint Capella, but I don't know, man. You get Robert Covington back, who has been known to be one of the best two-way player or the best defenders in the league. You know, he can, you know, bang down low. I think he's like 6'7", 6'8", or something like that. We're going to make that. Let's go, baby. Green up. What y'all thought this was? But yeah, he's been known to bang down low with some of the 3s and the 4s in the league. And he can do it. He can switch off, you know, to a big man, and he can guard him. I was looking at some tape of him guarding some bigger players. And he doesn't look out of place. He does not look out of place. As we go to a corner for 3, baby. In the corner like a prostitute. Dude, that is crazy, man. But yeah, so, you know, they got some defense there. I mean, they lost some defense to get some defense back. But here's the thing. Clint Capella, what? How is that a foul? I don't understand how that was a foul. Like, I got the steal, and then they just called a foul just all randomly. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, so I was looking at some, you know, footage of, you know, from today. Oh, the GOAT of LA, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, that is beautiful. That is the way to end off a quarter right there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, like I said though, I was looking at some footage today of, you know, Clint Capella, and the thing about Clint Capella is he's not a very good perimeter shooter, right? He doesn't do well at taking perimeter shots, right? I'm not talking about, you know, like, you know, three-point shooting or whatever else. Just your normal midi, your normal, mid-range jump shot, right? He doesn't do very well with that, right? Because defenders know that Clint Capella is a paint beast. That's all he is. He's nothing more. He's nothing less, right? So with that being said, what happens is when Clint Capella is in the post waiting for the defense to sort of break down or whatever else, then guess what? Clint Capella's defender can easily just move off of their man. Oh my God, look at the pass! Look at this pass, man. This is the vision I preach, you guys, okay? Look, it doesn't matter if I get doubled. Alright, I could have passed it to Dwight, but no, he was cutting out. So I found my boy, Caruso in the corner, the GOAT of LA. It's not LeBron. It's not Kawhi. No, it is Caruso for the easy three-pointer. That is beautiful, and he knew it went in, too. But yeah, so what happens is, you know, Clint Capella's man knows to get off of him because he's not. Oh, my God, and that's my third foul. I need to quit. But he knows he's not a perimeter threat, so what does he do? He steps off of his man to, you know, double, let's say, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon, Gerald Green, who used to be on the team. And it just created so many opportunities for the defense to stop James Harden and Russell Westbrook on defense. Because if you don't space the floor, then, you know, it's going to be hard for James Harden and them to score because they're going to need space to score. So, there's that. Then we're going to talk about the Timberwolves. I'm going to try and speed it up. Malik Beasley, you get Hernan Gomez, you get Evan Turner, you get Jared Vanderbilt, and then you get a 2020 first round pick. I think that was a 2020 first round pick via the Nets. Now, all right, so Malik Beasley is a pretty decent player. You know what I'm saying? He's not, a Jamal Murray. He's not a Gary Harris or whatever else. But he's a really good guard at that two-guard spot. I think he's a two-guard. You get Hernan Gomez, who is a pretty decent big man. He's not like the best big man in the league, but he's pretty decent. Evan Turner, he's a pretty streaky shooter, but, he can, shoot the ball somewhat pretty decently. Above average defender. So there's that. And then, you got the Nets first round pick, which who knows if it's going to be good. It's probably not going to be that good. It's probably going to slip late in the draft. But then again, we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't know, man. I mean, the Timberwolves got some pretty good stuff here. And also, they did get D'Angelo Russell. So, you're looking at guards like Malik Beasley, Evan Turner, D'Angelo Russell, who obviously wasn't a good fit for the Warriors because when Klay comes back, oh my God, when Klay comes back, obviously him and Steph are going to want to play together. You know what I'm saying? Because they've built the dynasty of the Warriors by playing together. And D'Angelo Russell just didn't fit that system well. Regardless of Klay being out or, whatever else, he just didn't fit the system well. So that's why I feel like it was best for the Warriors to kind of pull the trigger on him. And plus, another reason why they got rid of him is obviously money. You know what I'm saying? Money considerations. Because D'Angelo Russell is a really high, he's a pretty high-paid player. So if they can get his contract off the books, I think I was looking at something like it freed them up like $50 million on the tax exemption or something like that. Oh my God, I can't catch a lob. Oh dang, and I'm second all time in steals. Let's go. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. I wish the best for D'Angelo Russell. I hate that, we had to get rid of him. But, I feel like his career is going to be really good alongside him and Cat. You know what I'm saying? They're both friends of each other. You know what I'm saying? They've known each other for a good minute. But it's going to be interesting seeing how well those two mesh together. Crazy game we're having here. But like I said, man, the Timberwolves got some pretty good pieces back, all right? Then we're going to talk about the Nuggets, the team I'm playing right now. They got Gerald Green, Noah Vonleh, they got Shabazz Napier, Keita Bates-Diop, and then they got a first-round pick in the 2020 draft. They got some pretty decent assets. Gerald Green, he's a streaky three-point shooter, but whenever he can give you some production from out there, he can and he will. That was my fault there. He's probably gonna that's tough. Yeah, so Gerald Green, above average defender. He can shoot the three ball as well. Obviously he's not, the Gerald Green back on the Nets. He's not the Gerald Green even when he was on the Suns. So, I mean, he's still a relatively decent piece, but it's just not enough to get them over some of the better teams in the Western Conference, Noah Vonleh is aight. Shabazz Napier is aight. Keita Bates-Diop, I don't really know too much about him. And then they're going to get a first-round pick in the 2020 draft. Who knows? We're just going to have to see how they draft their talent. Oh, that's cool. I dare you. I was about to say, I dare you to pass it down here. Alright, but, you know, like I'm saying, I mean, it just depends on how the Nuggets draft their talent. And what? If I would have missed that shot and not got a foul, my takeover would have been gold. Which I'm probably going to pop it. Yeah, we'll pop it. Oh, I was about to say Kobe. But yeah, so it just depends on how the Nuggets draft their talent. But, I mean, they added some eye pieces. So that's that. But yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see how the Nuggets, you know, work out. And then, obviously, the last part of this trade, you got the Hawks receiving Clint Capella and Nene. Now, along, you know, yeah, you know, Clint Capella isn't the best shooter, right? But when you have him on a team with Trae Young, who is obviously one of the league's premier three-point shooters. I'm not going to sit here and say he's Curry level, because he's not. But his ability to pull up at the logo is going to be scary for teams because, you know, you have to guard him as soon as he crosses half court. It's similar to Curry, but here's the thing, though. Clint Capella is a really good slasher. Like, he's one of the best in the league, right? One of the best big men in terms of catching lobs. And Trae Young has shown that he is a more than willing playmaker. I don't really know his stats in terms of his assists or whatever else, but I do know he has the ability to play make at an extraordinary level. Like, his ability, oh, that's a bad foul by me. But his ability to pass is phenomenal. And, you know, Clint Capella is a really long center. So, you know, it's going to be really hard getting over his screens because he can set them really well. And, you know, just having to guard Trae Young as soon as they, you know, as soon as he crosses half court is gonna be absolutely dangerous for other teams to deal with because now you have to deal with two threats. You have to deal with a slashing threat and you have to deal with a playmaking threat, right? And a three-point threat. So it's gonna be one of those situations where it's like pick your poison, right? Do you want to give up three? Do you want to give up an easy basket in the paint and, you know, give up free throw attempts? It's going to be hard to choose. So, in terms of who won this trade, it's really hard to say because, and that's a crazy shot right there. But it's going to be really tough to know who won this trade. It's going to be really tough to see. But the two teams that I think did win this trade, obviously the Rockets and the Hawks. I just think they won this trade, both of them, just because you know, Trae Young is going to not only be able to throw lobs to, you know, John Collins, but now he has Clint Capella, who John Collins can, you know, learn from and develop his interior game from as well. And, you know, Trae Young is going to be even more deadlier of a three-point shooter because you now have to guard him even more harder as soon as he crosses half court. So, and then on the other side of the spectrum, obviously, you know, the Rockets, them getting Robert Covington, who is a really good perimeter defender, one of the best in the league. That's really going to help them out because, you know, when you have teams like the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, you know, Portland, it's going to be really pivotal that that team be solid on defense, and Robert Covington is just going to help out with a lot of that defensive load. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be really interesting seeing how well he fits with them. And I wanted to get the block there. That's kind of why I sagged off on him. But it's going to help them out in the playoffs if they can make a really deep playoff push. But we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so I think that's for that one. That's it for that one. Then we got February 5th. This trade happened 3 days ago. What? How was that a foul on me? That wasn't a foul on me, coach. I'm good. I'm good. All right, so the Kings grant Dwayne Dedmon's trade request. The Kings receive Jabari Parker and Alex Lynn, and then the Hawks get Dwayne Dedmon, a 2020 second-round pick, a 2021 second-round pick as well. So, in terms of who wins this trade, now, you know, Dwayne Dedmon is a relatively decent center. I put him in the same boat a little bit as Clint Capella. He's not really going to step out there and pop a three for you, you know what I'm saying? But he's a really good rim runner, really good defensive presence as well. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how that trade works out. And then the Kings get Jabari Parker, who, I mean, he hasn't panned out to be the player that we've all thought he was going to be. You know, heading into, you know, the NBA, coming out of college, we thought this man was going to be really good, but he just hasn't panned out like that. But in terms of who won this trade, I don't know, man. It's really tough to say. I mean, the Kings, you know, they have De'Aaron Fox, they got Bogdanovich, you know, they got some really solid young pieces. But then, you know, you add Dwayne Dedmon to a team who already has Clint Capella and, John Collins. So it's just tough. I don't really know. So we're going to move on to the next trade. The Warriors shipped out Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III to Philadelphia. Now, here's where things, I think sort of, I want to say, I don't know. I don't know why the Warriors done this trade. For the simple fact is that Glenn Robinson and Alec Burks was where a lot of their scoring was coming from. And then they also just traded D'Angelo Russell. So really their scoring is not going to be that good to round out the season. But, I mean, they made the trade. So we're going to talk about it. So the Warriors received a 2020 second-round pick via the Mavericks, and then a 2021 second-round pick via the Nuggets. Oh my God! And then they get another another second-round pick via the Raptors. So really, the thing about these draft picks, you guys, is it's preparing the Warriors for the future whenever, Steph Curry goes out, right? I think what a lot of these picks are going to cater to is guard play. I think a lot of these picks might be guards because the Warriors are a guard-driven team, to me, at least, right? You know, you got Steph, you got Clay. You did have D'Angelo Russell there, but he got traded. So, I don't know. We'll just see how they draft, depending on this trade. We got 5 fouls, man, and I honestly want to break this steals record. It's going to be pretty tough. So, and then the 76ers received Alec Burks, and then they got Glenn Robinson, which I don't think it's a bad trade for both teams. I think it's a win-win because you get all these draft picks. You know, you can easily, you know, swap these. You can keep them. You can develop them. But it just really depends on the talent. It really depends on the talent that's within these draft picks. And the other thing is going to also depend on how Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson can fit into the 76ers system, which they have Ben Simmons already, who obviously isn't a perimeter shooter at all. The man is scared to take a jump shot outside of 10 feet. So it's going to be interesting seeing how they fit. Go, DeMarcus Cousins, go! Dude, this is like one of the best games of my career, dude. What? Let's go, baby. We broke the steals record. Most steals in NBA history with 13, ladies and gentlemen. And I honestly thought that that was going to be like I stepped out of bounds or something. And we get the ball back. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And then to round it off, my man LeBron. Oh, my God. This has been the most craziest sequence of events in a game. I break the steals record. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, LeBron just turns around and cashes it out. Look at this. Oh my God. That is superb. That is superb. That is beautiful. But, you know, like I said, you know, Alec Burks, you know, I don't know too much about him or Glenn Robinson, but I feel like they're going to be some pretty decent pieces for the 76ers moving forward, especially if they decide to trade Ben Simmons or, you know, whenever Ben Simmons is out of the game and you have Alec Burks in there who, you know, who's shown he can score, you know, but obviously, there are several different types of scoring. You got volume scoring, you know, you got just athleticism scoring. There's a lot of types of scoring in the game. So I feel like Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III is going to help out with that whenever you know, Ben Simmons gets out of the game and Joel Embiid needs to work in the paint. They can let him work in there now because you don't have Ben Simmons in there clouding up the paint as well. So I think it works out for both teams. So we'll just have to wait and see. Then we're going to talk about the trade that sent my boy Andre Iguodala, who is still regarded as a really good defender at the age of, I think it's like 37. I think he's like 37 years old. I could be wrong on that. But he's still regarded as, you know, a really good defender at his age. And he's going to offer the Heat, you know, championship experience, right? You know, obviously he is a multi-time champ with the Warriors, 3 championships. He's a finals MVP. And, you know, he's going to offer some championship experience for that team. And he's going to offer some little bit of scoring, a little bit of defensive tenacity to pair alongside Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Hero and, you know, all of those guys, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn. That team is going to be really dangerous if they can, you know, keep it up. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see how that team pans out. I have a feeling they're going to be really good heading into the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. But regardless of that, February 6th, the Grizzlies send Iguodala to the Heat with a deal including the Timberwolves, right? So the Heat received Andre Iguodala, Jay Crowder, and Solomon Hill. The Grizzlies received Justice Winslow, Dion Waiters, and Gorgie Jang, or Gorgie Dang, Jang, whatever you want to call him. And then the Timberwolves received James Johnson. All right, so I'm going to break it down for all three teams, and I'm going to determine the winner, in my opinion, of the teams in this draft or in this trade or whatever. So let's start off with the Heat, right? So the Heat, they received Iggy, Jay Crowder, and Solomon Hill. So all three of those players can defend at a pretty decent level, if not a really good level, right? Then you got, Andre Iguodala, like I was just saying, and I don't have to recap on it. He's a three-time champ, Finals MVP. He's going to offer some veteran experience to that young core with Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and, Tyler Hero, and just, Duncan Robinson, and, Kendrick Nunn. So it's going to be really good seeing Iggy get in there and offer, his experience to help those guys out. So that should be really fun to see. So yeah. Then you got the Grizzlies receiving Justice Winslow, Dion Waiters, and Gorgie Jang. Now, the Grizzlies have, a pretty, interesting young core, with Jaren Jackson Jr. and my boy Ja Morant. And then you add a forward like Justice Winslow, who can shoot the three ball at a relatively decent clip. I think he shoots like 38 or 39% from the three, something among those lines, like 40%. But it's going to be interesting seeing how well they all fit together. But they have a really interesting core, like I just said, a little bit ago, right? So it's going to be pretty interesting seeing how they all fit together. And then the Timberwolves received James Johnson. James Johnson is a really decent player. He's really good. He's a pretty decent three-point shooter, above average defender. And he's got some youth to him too, so that's going to be really good for the Timberwolves. You know what I'm saying? They do have, like I said, D'Angelo Russell now. They got Cat now. So that team should be really good heading into the future. But as far as who I think won this trade, the Heat, most definitely. Even when Iguodala retires, which I'm pretty sure he might do maybe next season or at the end of this season, I'm pretty sure, maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. But even after he retires, you're still going to have a really good young core with, Bam Adebayo and, all the other guys, Jimmy Butler, all those guys, right? They're still going to have a really good young core. So, that's the reason I think they won that trade. And then you add, hold on. Then you add, Jay Crowder, who is a, above average defender. He can shoot the three ball as well. And it's going to be really good for that team because he offers some tenacity. He offers some grit. So that's going to be really good for their team, heading forward. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I wish I would have done better this game was rebounding. It's the only thing I wish I would have done better. Skirt! What y'all thought this was, man? But yeah, so I mean, I personally, to me, I think the Warriors, the Heat won this trade. And won! But yeah, so I think the Heat won this trade. And it should be really interesting seeing how Iguodala plays alongside, Jimmy Butler and the rest of the guys. So we're going to have to just wait and see. Then the Hawks land Derek Walton Jr. from the Clippers. Obviously, I don't know who this is. So, not going to spend too much time talking about this trade. Basically, the Hawks received Derek Walton Jr. for cash. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. So, I got eyes in the back of my head, ladies and gentlemen. Got eyes in the back of my head. But yeah, there's not too much about this trade that I can really say. But it's not too good of a trade, or not too exciting of a trade. It's whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then we are gonna talk about the blockbuster trade that sent my boy D'Angelo Russell to the Timberwolves, right? So, dang, I wanted the ball a little bit earlier. Ooh, get off of me, boy! 79, baby. We about to drop 81 for my boy Kobe. We're about to drop 81 for my boy Kobe. Oh, where are you going? We're about to drop 81 for Kobe. And I'm not scoring no more because Kobe dropped 81, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not scoring no more. Can I break the record? Yes. Will I break it? No, because Kobe dropped 81, so I'm dropping 81, damn it. Come on, come on, come on. Somebody, anybody. Finish it. Get that out of there. And, oh, man. Come on, dude. I at least want 20 assists before this game's over with. I need one more assist, man. One more assist. Can somebody get me one more assist? Get that. Come on, Jared Dudley. Finish it for me. Dudley, let's go. Crazy game out here, man. This build, y'all better stop sleeping on my boy Mike Lowry out here, man. Pop it. I was hoping you would have missed it. But regardless of that, we're going to talk about the blockbuster trade real quick. The Timberwolves received my boy D'Angelo Russell, Jacob Evans, and Amari Spellman. And then the Warriors got Andrew Wiggins, a top 3 protected first-round pick in the 2021 draft. And then they got a second-round pick in the 2021 draft as well. So, we're gonna talk about who won this trade, who lost this trade, and yeah, we're gonna talk about this trade, break it down, or whatever else, and yeah. So, I'm just going ahead and say that the Timberwolves won this trade because they got my boy D'Angelo Russell, who is a easily capable 20-point per game scorer every single night, right? We've seen what this man can do when he gets hot. He's a really clutch player. He can finish games out for you instead of giving it to, Cat to finish games. Now, Cat has a closer in D'Angelo Russell. Then they got some, really decent young talent in Jacob Evans and Amari Spellman, which, I'm not too really familiar with those guys, but yeah, they got some pretty decent talent, young talent in those two. and I can't get any more assists for some odd reason. What? I didn't even jump. It doesn't matter, man. We still had a really good game, but like I said, the Timberwolves won this trade. I don't see Andrew Wiggins getting any better than he's already shown us that he can get. This is his last chance to prove a lot of people wrong, and we almost beat them by 100 freaking points, bro. We almost beat them by 100 points, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, man, the Timberwolves, they won this trade, and that's just it, man. Yeah, the Timberwolves won this trade. Then we're going to talk about the Grizzlies adding Jordan Bell. Nothing here. The Grizzlies got Jordan Bell and a top 32 protected second-round draft pick in the 2021 draft. And then the Rockets received Bruno Caboclo. Nothing too famous there. Nothing too fancy there. We did get a playmaking badge this game. Going to look at the team stats really quick. Or not the team stats, the box score. My boy Michael Porter Jr. dropped 12. They did have multiple players in double figures. They only have 4. But, man, I dropped 81 for my boy Kobe Bean. Rest in peace to my boy Kobe and everyone else who was involved. 7 rebounds, 20 assists, 14 steals, 4 blocks, ladies and gentlemen. Hit 3 threes in the game. Only missed 1 free throw. Absolutely crazy game for us. LeBron dropped 19 and 6. Shot 70% from the field, 60% from the 3. Hit both of his free throws. Anthony Davis 15 and 7. Got 2 blocks. Shot 85% from the field. 50% from the 3. Only took 2 threes. Hit both of his free throws as well. And everyone else chipped in pretty good. So that's pretty good. Pretty good game for the team. But yeah, the Grizzlies added Jordan Bell. Nothing to say there. And then we got the Pistons sending Drummond to the Cavaliers. This trade right here, I don't know. I don't know about this one, Coach. I don't know because you already have, Tristan Thompson or whatever else. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really hard to say who actually won this trade and who lost it. I don't really know. But they did get a young center in Andre Drummond, so that should help them out, maybe. I don't know.
Is there more where that came from? Nah, come on, Shaq, man. You know what I'm trying to accomplish. That triple dub. That's my goal every night. And that's why they give me so much freedom. They trust that what I'm doing out here, by design tonight, is gonna be great. Plus, y'all in the media love talking about triple doubles, right? Love it. I'm not a media man, but yes, I do love it.
Congrats on making the Rising Stars game, Jay.
Thanks, man.
What are you looking to get out of this experience?
Hey, there's a lot of good players in that game. Something to see if I can learn a trick or two. If I can use it as an opportunity to get better, why not? Anything else? Any? No? Alright, cool. Later. Alright, until next time.
But yeah, and then the rest of these trades, bro, they're not really blockbuster.
Gonna be tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow. Oh,
You got a minute?
yeah, what's up, man?
I've got Jay.
What's up, man?
So, Jay, any thoughts on averaging 10 assists a game? Is that something that you were aiming for this season?
Yes and no. At the end of the day, it's about winning games. But knowing the kind of player I am and the kind of offense we want to run, me and Coach think I should be able to at least crack 10 this season and keep it there.
So that's a goal you set for yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. It's my job to run this offense and get us functioning at a high level.
Great stuff, Jay. This is the kind of details fans love.
Hey, no problem, man.
But yeah, and then February 6th, a couple of days ago, the Clippers got Marcus Morris and Isaiah Thomas, which I'm pretty sure they're going to waive Isaiah Thomas at some point in the near future. And then the Knicks received Mo Harkless a first-round pick in the 2020 draft via the Clippers, and then they got a first-round pick swap via the Clippers, and then they got a second-round pick in the 2021 draft via the Pistons. So, obviously, the Clippers won this trade easily. And then the Hawks added Labissiere. That's the last trade. Nothing really there. That's really too fancy, but that's just about it. So, all right. Then we got a contract negotiation with Jordan. Hopefully, we can get us a custom shoe made in the near distant future. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, so they're wanting to offer me $8,100 for one event, 4 incentives with a 25% store discount. We're going to counter offer that. We're going to do a 20% store discount with 8,500 VC. All right. So we got 4 incentives to choose from. Obviously, we're known for posters. We're known for flashy dunks. I do want to say we do throw a lot of alleys, and we do chase down blocks. So why not?
Pleasure doing business with you, John. Divine pleasure's all mine. Excited to stay in the chain business.
All right, and I want to say that concludes it, but I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, though. If y'all did, don't forget to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss a video when I upload, man. A lot of stuff happened in this game, man, and if y'all don't want to miss any more of it, y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button, bro, and turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. But regardless of that, got some more Mike Lowry stuff coming on the channel, so y'all stay around. Y'all stay tuned for it. And until then, you guys, y'all stay motivated, stay dedicated, and always have that Mamba mentality. But I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.